It's just days left for the Gujarat Assembly polls in December, and the rebellion in the BJP and the Congress is visible. About 6 MLAs of the Bharatiya Janata Party who have not been given ticket by the party may rebel. The Home Minister of Gujarat himself is engaged in persuading them. Meanwhile, on the other hand, rebels within the Congress painted their party office in black in an act of protest. NDTV spoke to 2 of the BJP's dissented MLAs, and they say that they're not happy with the ticket distribution. MLA Satish Patel and MLA Madhubhai Shrivastav are openly speaking against this ticket selection. So there's rebellion going on in not just the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, but also the Congress. You can see that Congress office is being vandalized by Congress's own workers in Gujarat, and this as MLAs have turned rebel against the list that has been released by the Congress party of the MLAs, of the people who are getting tickets for the upcoming elections in December. And we're also seeing that in the BJP as well. The Congress office has been vandalized today by their workers, because one of the candidates was denied a ticket. On the other hand, the same is happening in the BJP as well. Our colleague Tanushree had spoken to BJP leaders. She spoke to 6-time MLA from Vadodara's Waghodia, Madhubhai Shrivastav, who was denied a ticket this time by the BJP. And he said that I didn't come to the BJP. I used to fight independent elections till 1995, and I used to win with a huge margin. But now he's very upset and angry with the BJP, and he said that's why I have quit all posts. On the other side, another BJP rebel, MLA Satish Patel, who has been denied a ticket this time, has also expressed his anger with the party. He told NDTV that the candidate who got the ticket, Akshay Patel, was a Congress candidate till 2017, and he only joined the BJP in 2020. And that's why he's been given a ticket this time. So rebellion in both the parties, the BJP and the Congress in Gujarat ahead of the crucial elections in December. Now, to get more reactions on this and understand this matter more, we have guests joining us on the broadcast. Alok Vats, who is a leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Dr. Anshul Avijit, who is a national spokesperson of the Congress Party. If I can start with you, Alok Vats, first. This is something that unfortunately we see right before every election, and isn't it an exposure of the miscommunication within our national parties themselves, that these leaders are not convinced that the list that has been released by the party is something that they agree with, and they're rebelling against it? So isn't it just an example of the miscommunication and the lack of coordination within the parties themselves?
Well, Priyanshi, now it is getting more aggressive. Earlier, it used to be normal case, but now when people are denied the ticket, they become extra aggressive, and the type of behavior that is being shown on the television is just not acceptable for any party. This is sheer indiscipline. Sheer misconduct by the party, by the person himself and his people. You see, this is not acceptable in any way. You are in a party, you are given a ticket. Sometimes maybe the party thinks that it should be changed. So you should stand by the party's ruling. That means you are there only for the ticket and only for the post. So this is not acceptable to us in any manner, whosoever he may be, and we condemn this.
Right. Alok Vats, as you say, it's unacceptable, but is there a channel of communication created within the party so that such instances don't happen, so that the workers don't have to come out in the open and vandalize offices like this? Instead, there can be civil conversation.
Yes, but you see, unfortunately, despite all disciplinary way and handling, this has happened. So that means the man himself was only there for the party ticket and a post. He didn't believe in party's policies. That's what I think. He didn't have faith in our leadership. He didn't have faith in the party. He was only there for ticket and post. So now he was denied that, and now he has shown his true colors. What else can I say on this? It's not acceptable. It's condemnable in any manner. In all manners, it is condemnable.
Right. Let me also go across to Dr. Anshul Avijit from the Congress. We've seen those dramatic visuals, I'm sure you must have seen, of the Congress office being vandalized by its workers. What is the Congress's plan to deal with the rebellion ahead of the Gujarat elections? What is the possible action that they're planning against these workers?
No, well, what has happened is unfortunate, but sometimes, during the pressure of elections, there are a lot of disgruntled elements. You must remember there is only one seat in every area for every MLA constituency, and there are a number of contenders. So naturally, there is disappointment. This has been repeated over in every single party, time and time again, over the years. It is not something unique. It is not something remarkable. And the party has enough experience and mechanisms to deal with such a thing. So let's not get sidetracked by what we are seeing at the moment. Our campaign, by the way, in Gujarat is very robust. It's a micro campaign. It's a micro strategy. It believes in reaching out to the people, particularly in those sections where the BJP hasn't even reached. There are gross inequities in the Gujarat model of development. The people are very, very unhappy with the way, development has taken place. There has been absolutely no investment in education or in health. The development believes in cronyism, which you're seeing in when the Morbi culprits are actually at large. They haven't even been brought to book. And that is the nature of the shameless profiteering that is going on. There is culpability on the part of the politicians as well. And then there are sort of negotiations with industry. We saw that in the ventilator scam as well a couple of years back at the height of the pandemic, when a company was given the task of manufacturing ventilators and they had no experience. So this is the nature of that development. So we shouldn't get sidetracked with what is happening. These kind of visuals, however dramatic they may be, these kind of things happen in politics sometimes. The basic problem is the nature of development and the unhappiness in Gujarat with the current government and governance as well.
So, Dr. Anshul Avijit, you don't feel that such instances do hurt the image of a national party ahead of these state elections, that their own workers are rebelling against the party? Don't you think that sort of takes away the trust of the common people as well, or do you think there's going to be no impact of this?
No, these things don't make any impact. It happens in every single party. Do you think the BJP, there has been no rebellion against the BJP? I mean, cabinet ministers and MP fought during a cabinet meeting against each other. There have been things said within the BJP, and they had to do firefighting, sending their their troubleshooters to each and every state. So this is unfortunate, but regrettably it happens during ticket giving sometimes. There are disgruntled elements. There are people who are opportunistic. Look, we don't scuttle ambition. There are ambitious people in every single party. Sometimes they're disappointed and their anger comes out in various ways, in unfortunate ways as well. Right? There is enough experience in the party to deal with such a thing. It's not, again, I'm saying that we should not get waylaid by the images we are seeing. There are other problems at hand which this government is accountable and answerable for. Because their record of governance in the state began, much before the pandemic, but certainly during the pandemic, where the High Court actually, time and again told them that, listen, what is going on? Again, the High Court took suo moto cognizance of what happened in the Morbi case. They asked the SIT to give a report, I think today. They haven't done it so far. We are not happy with the SIT. So, these are the problems that confront the people, and they are well aware of it.
Right, that report had to be filed today, but we didn't see those reports being filed or any of the Oreva officials being named in the complaints or held accountable. So that, of course, is a beating issue ahead of the Gujarat polls. We also have Rakesh Arpara, a senior leader of the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat, joining us. If I can ask you this rebellion that we're seeing in the two major parties, the two parties that had been major in Gujarat, the BJP and the Congress till now, the Aam Aadmi Party plans to be the third entrant. So does the Aam Aadmi Party plan to benefit from this sort of rebellion that's being seen in the BJP and the Congress?
No, actually, apart from these leaders, whatever they are unhappy or whatever their concerns are, but the main thing is the people of Gujarat are very unhappy with the politics of BJP and Congress, and that is the main key point, or that is the main you can say that good point for Aam Aadmi Party, because we have been raising the real issues of Gujarat, like education, health, unemployment, inflation, farming, etc. continuously. And that is going to be beneficial for us, because we have been continuously on the ground. We are not indulging in this type of dirty politics or in this type of fight. So yes, we are with the issues, and we have been working on the ground on the real issues, education, health, etc. And that's why we are very confident. Yes, whatever running in the BJP and Congress, it's their internal matter. They will have to sort it out. Yes, but people of Gujarat are ready, and people of Gujarat are going to vote for their own party, Aam Aadmi Party. We are very confident about that.
Alok, if I can come to you on that pressing issue of the Morbi tragedy in Gujarat, and that is impacting all of the people in Gujarat and impacting the mindset ahead of these polls. And today, as we were pointing out, that the Gujarat High Court had called for reports from various departments on this tragedy, even including the Home Department of Gujarat. But those reports have not been filed. Till now, the renovator of that bridge, Oreva, the senior officials of that organization have not been held accountable. None of them have been named in complaints. So what is your response to that, that the Gujarat government has, till now, it's been 15 days since the tragedy happened, and till now the Gujarat government has failed to nab those people and at least name those people of Oreva?
See, Priyanshi, it's not that nothing is being done on the Morbi issue. Already 9 people have been arrested, and 1 person from the Morbi authorities has also been sacked. Yes, I was also waiting for the High Court, the reports to be filed in the High Court, but I failed to understand myself why the report has not been filed till yet. Tomorrow we'll come to know the real reason. But it's not that there is slackness in this. Yes, what people are expecting is, overnight that things should come out, but it doesn't happen in a case like this. The investigations do take some time, and in due course, very shortly, everything will be very clear. And whosoever, please, whosoever is found guilty, he will be dealt with very, very severely. There's no doubt about it. Under Modi's government and under BJP rule state, the person who's involved in any such morbid activity in which 135 people lost their lives will not be left. He will be certainly punished.
Right, Mr. Alok, you're a leader of the BJP, and you're yourself saying that you don't know why these reports were not filed. So we can only imagine the amount of questions that the common person has if you, being from the BJP, don't have an answer to this question. Mr. Anshul Avijit, if I can come to you on this, those reports have not been filed, even though it has been 15 days of that tragedy that shook the entire nation. Mr. Alok is saying that 9 people have been arrested. But out of those 9 people, these are watchmen, these are ticket collectors who have been arrested. But the senior officials and the promoters of Oreva have not been named.
The managers of Oreva Group.
No, they haven't been named in the FIR at all. You're absolutely right. I mean, Mr. Vatt's concern is all very well. But, I fear that the nature of cronyism which goes on in Gujarat, I mean, the entire Gujarat model of giving huge amount of subsidies in terms of credit, in terms of land, in terms of electricity, water, and forsaking education and health, dwells on this kind of negotiation between industrialists and the government, in which even at times like this, when there's a huge amount of compromise, when lives are lost, people are allowed to get away with it. That is the nature of this degraded capitalism that exists in Gujarat, where you have gross amount of inequity. There is an entire tribal belt in Gujarat where we are working very hard on that. Which remains completely disconnected with the nature of development which Gujarat government proclaims to have done over the past few years. It is cronyism in its purest form and its most degraded form that we are seeing. There have been examples like this before, notably, as I told you, in the ventilator scam. I would like to know, when these faulty ventilators were made and by someone known to the former chief minister, what happened to that company? Have they been brought to the book? They haven't been. So I do not know what is the future of this particular probe. Of course, we are all waiting. It should have come out today. I was trying to figure out if any hearing had taken place, if any documents have been submitted, but I couldn't find anything at all. So we're waiting for that to come out, but I don't really have much hope. What we were demanding was a judicial probe by a sitting judge of the High Court or the Supreme Court in a time-bound fashion, and only then will the people of Morbi and those who lost their families will get justice. So we still want that to happen.
Right, we were all waiting for those reports to be filed and some accountability to be set on the officials of Oreva and the officials in the government as well. But unfortunately, that has not happened today as was expected. Rakesh Arpara, if I can come to you on this, 15 days since the tragedy happened, the report has not been filed, senior officials have not been named. So who do we really set the accountability on for that tragedy now?
Yes, actually, it's very insensitive. When this incident, when this disaster happened, everyone in the country was very emotional, right? But the persons or the people who are responsible for this, or the government should have taken the real steps. But after 15 days of such a tragic incident, the government is still running away from its responsibility. It is very painful, and they are shamelessly claiming that they have made this Gujarat. They do not have actually the pain. Still, they are claiming that they have made FIR on 9%, and we all know that who are those 9%, the security guard or the manager. Why is the owner of the company spared? Why is the chief officer? Why is the president of municipality spared? Everyone knows, and the people, it's time to set the account, and people will set the account on 1st December and 5th December. So there is all the people know what is going on, and then the people, BJP have this idea in the mind that the people are fool. But the people are not fool, and the people understand all these things very well, and they will give a stern reply in this election.
Right. Why are the senior officials of Oreva still not booked, the organization that was responsible for the renovation of the bridge that collapsed just days after it was reopened? That's the question that most of us still have today. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining us on that discussion.